7 to 10 gunshots. Everybody cleared the area.
There are families right now that are unfortunately identifying their loved ones.
People are leaving. They are hightailing it out of here.
At this point, prepared to say that it was potentially an act of terrorism.
Austin reeling today after a gunman opened fire on crowded West 6th Street overnight. Now 3 people, including the shooter, are dead. 14 others were taken to the hospital. 3 of those are now in critical condition. Thanks for joining us. I'm Nabil Ramadna.
I'm Avery Travis. Austin's police chief says gunfire broke out just before 2 this morning near Buford's. That's a bar off Rio Grande and West 6th. KXAN confirmed with multiple sources the shooter was 53-year-old Ingiaga Janye. We've not yet learned the names of any of the victims.
We have reporters spread out across central Texas tonight, some near the scene of the shooting, while others are in Valle and Pflugerville, where sources tell KXAN that law enforcement is searching 2 different homes for information related to the suspect.
First, we'll go to West 6th Street to KXAN's Kevin Bosker. Kevin, what are you seeing out there right now?
We're on a bit of an elevated surface, but if you look over this way, there you can see Buford's and a good portion of this part of 6th Street. Now, on a normal weekend or even a Saturday night, this area is really popular and typically very popular for students visiting Buford's and whatnot. Now, I spoke to some witnesses who were around the area when the mass shooting had occurred, and they're still shell-shocked. Around 2 a.m. Sunday, you can see officers racing down 6th Street to confront this man as he fires his weapon. Officers shoot back, and you can see the gunman goes down. From this video angle, you can see that same person on the ground in the same location.
People were running everywhere. There was chaos. I was at a table, and I hid behind the table.
UT student Nathan Cuomo was grabbing pizza close to Buford's bar on 6th Street when gunshots rang.
If he had made it further down the street, I could have gone shot. He was walking towards me. He was walking back towards Buford's.
According to police, before the shooter was on foot, he drove past Buford's and fired his handgun out of the window, hitting people on the patio and in front of the bar. KXAN's Nabil Ramadna spoke with Paula Hoberg. She was sitting on the outside benches at Buford's when that happened.
At some point, I just heard like a lot of gunshots, and we all started dropping to the floor. And for a minute, I didn't know what was going on. I saw one person like lying on the ground, but I tried to not look at it.
Austin Travis County EMS said 3 people died, including the shooter, and at least 14 others were injured.
It's going to be in the back of my mind every time I go to 6th Street now. My condolences to all the families, to all those affected, and just really hope that this kind of thing doesn't ever happen again to the UT community.
And we don't know who was injured or killed in this mass shooting. Those names have not been released yet. The University of Texas has been saying that they have counselors and a 24/7 crisis line for anybody who needs it. And in a statement, they had said they are communicating with families and students visiting those injured in hospitals and providing care and support throughout the day today. In West 6th Street, Kevin Bosker, KXAN News.
Kevin, thank you. We'll note that law enforcement must notify family and next of kin prior to releasing or confirming the names of any victims, and so we'll still be waiting to get more details about those folks affected. We're also getting a better idea tonight of the movements of the shooter as the day goes on.
Matt Grant has been tracking all that information and breaks down what we know so far.
Police say the 911 call started coming in just before 2 o'clock in the morning. It happened on West 6th Street at Buford's, a popular place. Authorities say that the gunman circled the area with his flashers on, firing a pistol outside of his window, striking patrons as they were on the patio and outside the bar. He then parked his car 2 blocks away on Wood Street and 6th. Authorities say it was in this area where the vehicle was parked. In the parking lot behind me, we don't know how it's connected, but we did see authorities searching that black SUV, pulling different items out of it, going through it, among them a prayer rug, which they laid on the hood. Authorities say the gunman then got out of his vehicle and started walking the direction he came back east, this time armed with a rifle and shooting people along the way. We believe that he got about a block from where he parked and a block from Buford's here on West Avenue and 6th Street. You can see the FBI and their digital forensics team They're on site right now in the middle of this intersection. And remember, this was a busy weekend, so Austin police and EMS were already staged nearby. And so authorities say that that quick response, at least 3 APD officers confronted and killed the gunman, and EMS arrived within a minute. And so that quick action saved a lot of lives and prevented even more people from being killed. In Austin, Matt Grant, KXAN News.
And a lot going on across Central Texas today. A number of locations down on 6th Street, but also out in Pflugerville as well. That's where we find Kelly Wiley, who's been looking into details about the shooter. Kelly, what do we know so far?
Well, just in the last hour, authorities wrapped up their search of this Pflugerville home. They've been at it since around 11 this morning, according to neighbors. We saw APD's SWAT team, Homeland Security investigators, the FBI, all helping out with the Austin Police Department's search this morning. Now, it is unclear what the suspect's ties are to this home and what investigators were looking for. Once they wrapped here, though, we did see a middle-aged woman and 2 young men walk back into the home. There have been some others that have come in and out of the house since then. And we understand they are relatives to the suspect. They did not want to talk to us, but it appears the suspect was not actively living at this home. We're also learning more from the Department of Homeland Security about the suspect. DHS officials telling us that the suspect came to the U.S. on a tourist visa, and in 2006 he became a naturalized citizen through marriage. Now, neighbors, they say that the family that's been at this home has been here for quite some time, several years, but they didn't actually know these people very well.
We heard turns out the SWAT team just announcing to whomever is in this home over here that it is the Austin Police Department. It is they're executing a warrant to please come out and follow instructions. And if they don't follow instructions, then they can't guarantee their safety. That went on for an hour. I'm going to go with at least. And they were very patient, and that's when I came out, and I've been standing on the side of the road listening. They had robot dogs and canines here. As far as I know, nobody was home.
APD and the FBI both say they don't have a motive at this point, but that was earlier this morning. They said that there were indicators that they were looking into that this might be an act of terrorism, but they say they can't say that definitively at this point. Now, we are expecting to get more details at least by tomorrow, and we're still asking questions to APD and other authorities to try to better understand what happened this morning with that tragic shooting. In Pflugerville, Kelly Wiley, KXAN News.
All right, Kelly, thank you for that report. Also, another search warrant executed, this one at an apartment in Valle.
That's where Taylor Alanis joins us now. Taylor, what are you seeing out there?
Well, Avery, we are here at the East Ridge Apartments at the 52,000 block of Ross Road. That is where sources tell us the FBI is executing a search warrant. And when we arrived, sure enough, we did see FBI agents going in and out of a particular unit here at these apartment complexes. Now, I did speak with some neighbors who weren't comfortable going on camera, but they did say that at 11:30 this morning, they heard loud noises and law enforcement telling whoever was inside that apartment, they don't know if someone was inside or not, but if someone was inside, to come out, and anyone at any other apartments to stay inside. That's when neighbors said they heard some loud noises, could have been some gunshots or the flashbang from entering the apartment. Now, Travis County sheriffs are out here. They did keep us away from the scene, but before they did, we talked to neighbors about the person who lives next door. We do have a picture that's been circulating on social media that we haven't been able to confirm with law enforcement, but we did show that photo to neighbors who said that was the man that was living in that particular apartment unit. They said that they were in shock when we told them that he was possibly the suspect connected to the West 6th Street mass shooting, and they said he was very friendly, very kind, was Muslim, that he did own a black SUV. We know that there was a black SUV that police were searching at the West 6th Street area, but we have not confirmed if that was the same suspect vehicle. But the FBI is still out here conducting their investigation. We are still trying to talk to other neighbors to find out more about the person who lived here and what happened this evening. Live from Del Valle, Taylor Alanis, KXAN Investigates.
Taylor, thank you so much for tracking that for us. In addition to the 3 deaths, we know 14 people were taken to the hospital. At last check, ATC EMS said 3 of those people were in critical condition. Our Madison Myers has more.
It's here at Del Seton Medical Center where family and friends have spent all morning and afternoon looking for answers and checking on their loved ones after the shooting on West 6th Street. Austin police say 14 people were transported to the hospital, 3 in critical condition. What we don't know is how many of those patients suffered gunshot wounds or whether some were injured in the chaos as people ran from the scene. Throughout the day, police vehicles could be seen coming and going from the hospital. We also spoke with several people who didn't want to appear on camera, but told us they were here visiting friends or family members hurt in the shooting. We do know Del Seton Medical is one of the closest to the scene, if not the closest. It is a level 1 trauma center. That's the highest level specifically designed to care for people for the most severe situation that develop, such as a mass casualty event like this. Del Children's Medical Center is the other level 1 trauma center nearby, so most likely all patients from this would be at one of these 2 hospitals.
Madison, thank you so much for that report. Austin police say anyone searching for loved ones related to this shooting on West 6th Street, you are asked to call the Austin Police Department's Victim Services Unit. You can call them at 512-974-5037.
And reactions flooding in from lawmakers, including Governor Greg Abbott, saying in part, quote, Texas mourns with the families and loved ones of those who were horrifically killed in last night's attack in Austin. Cecilia and I pray for them, and we pray for the swift recovery of those who were injured. Texans are strong. We will not be intimidated, and we will not be terrorized. We will defend our state without hesitation. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton said, we are praying for the victims of this unconscionable act of violence in Austin. Our hearts are with the victims and their friends and family, and we're praying for a swift recovery for all those who were injured in this shooting.
Austin Mayor Kirk Watson said at a press conference, I'm very thankful for the speed with which our public safety officials responded to this. I don't think there's any question that it saved lives. Austin Council member Zoe Caudry, who represents part of downtown, issued a statement reading in part, I am deeply shaken and heartbroken by the shooting on 6th Street last night. I'm grateful to the Austin Police Department, EMS, and first responders for their swift response for saving lives. We'll continue working closely with public safety officials as more information becomes available, the statement went on to say, and remain focused on keeping our community safe. Meanwhile, U.S. Representative Greg Casar said on social media, quote, we must end America's gun violence epidemic. Americans should be able to have fun at a bar without it turning into an unspeakable nightmare like this one. And I will redouble my efforts in Congress to prevent the next tragedy like this.